Pregame.com.
We have a team in an historic home underdog role on late night Saturday ESPN. This is Brad Powers in the Pregame.com studios just off the Vegas Strip. We're talking Saturday college football action, a good one in the Pac-12, Washington at Arizona State.
And from Arizona State's perspective, this is a pretty obvious all-in, circle the game as their game of the year, right?
Absolutely. Arizona State will be the preferred choice here. That's right. Arizona State plus 17.5 is a pick. And let's talk about them as an outlier. This is their largest home underdog role since 1996. And I love playing on outliers. It's basically an overreaction, in my opinion, in the marketplace. We have one here, and we have Arizona State that's already done well in a big home underdog role, pulling an outright upset. Don't expect it here, but do expect them to come in under the number in a game they circled coming off a bye.
Let's talk respect here. Baseball playoffs going on, and as we're taping, the Cubs are playing Game 4. Rizzo probably screaming again, respect me. You need to respect me when the Nats didn't walk him. Well, Arizona State, I think, is the team that should be screaming about respect. Been disrespected by the odds makers and the bettors, not just once now, but twice as a big home underdog.
And I think a main reason, because if you're coming into the season and you start looking at their performances, oh, they barely beat New Mexico State. They lost at home outright to San Diego State. Couldn't beat Texas Tech. I mean, they don't have a lot of quality wins and performances here, but the reality is New Mexico State's much better than expected. They're almost unbeaten ATS. San Diego State, the very next week after beating Arizona State, beat Stanford at home. So San Diego State's a legit top 25 team. Texas Tech has exceeded expectations. In one of their other home underdog roles, Arizona State beats Oregon, an improved team, outright, and they easily cover against Stanford. I look on paper now and look at the teams they played. Heck, Arizona State's a pretty quality team here.
Yeah, their strength of schedule is going through the roof here, especially with the emergence of Texas Tech. But Washington's staying a little bit under the radar as well. This is a team that was a playoff team. They made the Final Four last year. Not a lot of people talking about them. Where do you have these two teams? How far apart in your power ratings?
Yeah, Washington, top 5 team in my power ratings. On a neutral field, I have Washington favored by about 20 points over Arizona State. You're going to say, whoa, home field advantage, that's not giving us much of an advantage here. But I think it's very important to, value that home field advantage. It's Arizona State coming off a bye. It's a circle game. It's at night. Extra, a couple hours to get the beverages flowing here. I think this is more of a between 4 and 5 points of home field advantage instead of your standard 3.
Your second key handicap.
Second key handicap. Let's talk series history. Handicapping 101. How do the two teams, when they play against one another, how do they fare? Arizona State's lights out. 11-0 against the spread. Doesn't get any better than that. 10-1 straight up. They did lose straight up last year, but easily covered another spread against Washington. And a lot of people are going to say, heck, who cares how the two teams played against one another in 2010? The reality is, Todd Graham did perform quite well against Chris Peterson here.
Yeah, and Chris Peterson, you look at his post-game conference, very rare that you see a coach say something like this, basically admitting that he's getting out-coached in some ways, saying, boy, these Arizona State, these schemes they run on offense, they just give my defense all kinds of trouble, right?
And you hit the nail on the head. It is that up-tempo, fast-paced Arizona State offense. And you look at the two teams in the Pac-12 that run this very high-tempo, spread-them-out type of offense. It's both Arizona schools. And you look at Washington's performance against both of these teams last year. They do not cover against Arizona State. And then on the road in the state of Arizona, they have probably their worst performance of the season. They almost lose outright as a double-digit favorite, have to sneak out an overtime win over a terrible Arizona team.
I have to tell you, I like all of your picks this week. I am going to personally guarantee you go 3-0 or see me in Vegas and I will buy you a drink. Let's make it official.
Let's make this official. I need to go 3-0. Last couple weeks haven't been good. But as far as this game goes, Arizona State plus 17.5. We have an outlier here. Arizona State's in their largest home underdog role since 1996. I love playing on outliers because a lot of times it's an overreaction in the marketplace. Plus, series history says Arizona State has to be the play. They've covered 11 straight in the series, won 10 of them outright, and their particular schemes on offense give Washington's defense fits. Add it all up, Arizona State plus 17.5 is your choice. More videos at pregame.com.